Morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back and welcome to in today's class. Today we're on the day number 20, fourth week or 1 month we're going to be complete today. And still I can say half of the course, only half of the course has been done. Okay, so we're discussing about governance, and yesterday we discussed about the what I can say. I missed out, sorry.
Reduplication.
Duplication. Yes, deduplication. Correct. I was looking for D word only. Okay, deduplication task. Okay. Now we are going to be discuss the next topic in the same series is called the classification. Let me share my screen. Okay. What is the meaning of the classification? Classification means I intentionally hide it. Okay. So ServiceNow shared or give us the classes so that we can categorize our CIs in a particular class. That is what I can say. The simple meaning is a classification. Now, the term reclassification come in the picture, and what it says when you are going to be change when you let me correct it. Okay, I'm already downloaded. Okay. When you change the class of a CI, then it is called the reclassification. Okay, then it is called the reclassification. What this mean? This mean I am going from Windows server to the server class, or server class to Windows server class, or from Windows server to the Linux server. These three are considered the example of the reclassification. And it again happen when the data is coming to ServiceNow and IRE rule are not defined properly. Okay. So as of now, I can say this is a complete automatic process. But if you want, we can do some manual stuff as well. Okay. During the CI identification process, ServiceNow has ability to reclassify CI from one class to another. By default, CI reclassification automatically happen. If this is disabled, means the automation is disabled, then a task will be get generated. So that I as a CMDB analyst, I as a CMDB manager can go manually check and then reclassify it. Okay. So the question still remain, Atul, that how it's automatically happen. How it's automatically happen. The reason is there are three properties configured for this one. But before that, this is a three type of classification: upgrade, downgrade, or switch. So the simple and easy way to see this particular part, let me come back here. Let's say about Windows Server. ठीक है. You can see CI to hardware to computer to server to Windows Server. What is the meaning of the upgrade? It says when CI move to the higher class, it's called upgrade. From server to Windows Server, this is an upgrade. Means if I say simple, from the parent to going to child is an upgrade, because now you're classifying very more accurately. Technically, there should not be any CI in the server class. They must be classified. It's a Windows, Linux, MacBook, sorry, Mac server, which server is there. But in our case, we can say so if we are moving any CI from server to the same Windows server, that is called the upgrade. Downgrade went from parent, so from the one class to lower class. So server is a lower class, because if I'm getting any CI in the server class itself, I'm not able to classify that is a Windows server or Linux server. So that is a lower class. That's called the downgrade of the part. And when any CI move from Windows to Linux, it's the example of the switch. That whole class has been get changed. But remember one thing. If a class is getting downgrade, means I am moving from Windows server to server, then I will lose the data. Then I might lose the data of a few fields. Okay. It is mainly work with the discovery again. It mainly work with the discovery once again. That is a key factor here. Okay. Now, how it's work in the background. So ServiceNow gives us these three properties for the classification. But let's come back here and open this hardware class and go the identification rule. You seeing this? Because RE say if the name match, put it. Put the CI in a class. So if I go back here in my ALM hardware table, .com. List.do. Okay. If you come back here and if you go by display name, so now you can see this MacBook has the same name. So it is one of the cause can be reclassified. Means if nothing has been matched, serial number not matching is empty, PII empty, serial number type is empty, but name match. So it will mark them as the first is called server class. But technically, this should be a reclassify. So ServiceNow says there's a property available. And these three properties are the basics. Glide.class. This one. Default value is true. What this means whenever the IRE will run, it will be classified, auto-classified a CI as a server or as a Windows server. So it means the first time when the discovery run, I mark the CI as a server. But after the day 1, day 2, when the discovery run, it found the same CI, same name under the Windows server. Then it will be reclassify and upgrade it. So these three properties must be enabled to use the reclassification. Doubt question.
Will this only?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Anubhav.
Yes. I'm a bit confused between this class downgrade and upgrade something. So logically, when we are looking at it, is like whether it's a server, then we will go down to the whether it's a Windows server or Linux server. But
Yes.
in this case, you are saying when we are moving it to the server class, then it will be considered as a downgrade. So that's where I'm getting confused.
Okay, let me come and show you. Let's see, do we have Windows servers?
Yeah, just an addition
Good,
to that.
good,
Will
good,
will it will it apply to the complete class, or will it apply to only that particular CI with this particular
particular CI
property
only.
that gets
Okay,
enabled?
no, okay. That property is for the platform level. This property will work for any class in CMDB where this get match. So simple case. Let me come back here. देखो. Day 1. Okay, I have a LNGP. This is CI, and I mark this as a class in the server. Day 1. It's all manual. I updated. Day 2. Discovery run. And discovery found this name. It did not found anything on the serial number. This. Just found this one. And it found under the Windows server. Now as the name is matching. So what should do? It will check the property. Is this property enable or disable? These three properties. Oh, it's enable. Okay. Let me reclassify it. That it should be from server to Windows server. And it is case of upgrade class. By this way. Now coming to your point, Anupam. Why it is a case of the upgrade? I have the same doubt when I was reading this thing. Because if you put anything here, you cannot classify. Now, if I say juice is let's say orange juice. or let's say hot beverages or the beverages. The concept say hot chocolate and cold chocolate. We will classify hot chocolate in the hot beverages. We will classify cold chocolate in the cold beverages. If you put in the beverages, customer might get confused. Oh, what should I order? I'm looking in the hot, he will not find this thing. In the cold, he will not find that thing. Because you did not able to classify that properly. So when you put the right class, that is an upgrade. Where you can actually classify, yes, we shall give a minute. When you actually classify that, okay, this is a Windows server. And opposite is the downgrade. Because you are going from very specific to very common now. So downgrade हो गए.
Got it. Got it.
ठीक है? Go ahead, Vishal.
So
Any follow-up question? Go ahead.
no follow-up question. So just wanted to say is like when we are going with from Windows Server to server class, there might be chance of that we will lose that whether it's a Windows or Linux. So that's the reason the data quality will degrade, and hence it's
Yes.
called as a downgrade.
Downgrade
Okay,
is
got
not downgrade is not due to data loss. Downgrade is that you are going for a common pool instead of going to a specific pool.
Correct.
And lose
Got it.
lose तो होगा ही होगा data. ठीक है? Go ahead, please.
Okay, my question was, is, discovery important over here, or it can probably use the payload and probably do things as well?
Payload means you're
Yeah, via APIs, or, if something is coming via AD.
anything there.
But you said it's
See,
discovery, so I'm just probably a bit,
see
this question came in.
AD mainly ServiceNow taking this in the context of the discovery only, where the system should automatically able to get and classify. If you're getting the things from API, it means you're again doing some kind of integration. It can be grasspoke. It's again part of discovery only. Until unless you're doing the manual part, then I can say that user need to be checked manually. Even though there's a reconcile identity rule work there as well. But the context service now say that we are working in the discovery ecosystem now. So there's no manual intervention required. Everything coming via some third-party sources only, or via discovery, not third-party, even the wrong word, discovery only. You're not doing anything manually. That is the reason I said this thing. So mainly, a lot of things which we're discussing here in this section is context of the discovery only. Discovery run will get automatic update. Discovery run do this thing. Discovery run that do this thing. That part. Clear हुआ कुछ?
Yeah. So anything, we are just trying to say that if we have some kind of payload when that is coming across, it's also would be a discovery for us anyways.
You see, payload mainly we use payload in the context of the integration only. But it is, you can say it is kind of a payload. Okay, you're sending something, you're bringing back. Again, it's kind of payload for us. But we're putting that as a part of discovery.
Okay.
Yeah.
There might be, B2B integrations between two ServiceNow, supplier ServiceNow and the customer.
But
So, it happens like, this data comes across
no,
from.
wait. You're saying integration with the supplier and this, but that integration for the not the foundation data, that integration for the transactional data. This is your infra. Why you're getting from the client sources? Infra is their infra domain. You're looking for servers, databases, kind of things. If you're just bringing from client instance to service instance, it's not a discovery. It's a normal integration. Then there's no concept of discovery. Then there's no IRE. Because you're just getting data from, you already have a data in the client instance and now you're getting in the ServiceNow. You're not asking ServiceNow to go to the client infrastructure, pass the firewall, and then get the information from you. You're not using, in that case, you're not using Shazam, probe, sensor, nothing you're using it. Might be in the client instance, it's already discovered. And you're just bringing that data in the ServiceNow. That will not work. This concept will not work in that case. Clear? You're mixing the things, integration and discovery, two separate things.
Okay. Okay. I think I will just read about this thing. Probably
Yes,
tomorrow we can discuss more things.
little bit read because sometimes the words are little confusing, or some words set in our mind with a specific meaning and we start using that meaning only, and we get confused. Okay, so this is the case now that these three properties must be there. But question come, if these properties are false, what will happen? If these properties are false, system will check and create a task. Let's call the remediation task in the background. Because system said boss problem to hai. Either you allow me to be fix it, automatic, either you can do it. So we do the remediation task for this one. Okay. Now the point come, which Anupam says, Atul, data loss to ho raha hai mera. Can I minimize it? Yes, we can minimize it. Then ServiceNow bring 3 new properties. This thing. Let's do this thing. This our name contains this. Oh, इसको यहाँ तक copy करता है so that easily we can identify. I don't want to be go extra this thing, but I want to show this 6 to you. क्या किया मैंने, name contain this. देखिए, it does not exist. देखो, good point. So system says that I have these 3 base properties, which is always true. You can use these properties as well. One more thing, remember in ServiceNow, if you stuck somewhere, that sometime ServiceNow say that this property should be enabled or disabled, but it is not available at all. So you can create that property. There are many configurations which can be fixed or which has been configured in the system properties itself. Like if I say, I want that my incident get closed after 7 days. Someone says, Atul, write a business rule, write a schedule job. But I can tell you that this is just a configuration at the property level. Go and change the dates. If you want to change from 7 days, 3 days, 2 days, 5 days, go and change that property, your work has been done. No coding is required at all. Okay, so this is called restrictions rule here. That I don't want system should update, system should do anything when this classification concepts come in the picture. Let me try to be search like this without. No, this property does not exist at all. Okay, what this says here, let me get this down. Let me bring this up. Here they go. This property says if IRE confirmed, then enable it. Sorry, do the reclassification and change the class. Downgrade, upgrade, switch. That's fine. But this concept says engine without upgrade enable. What this mean? This mean that if this is true and this is also true, then this property will take a precedence. And in this case, the CI will not be classified. Sorry, not be reclassified, but CI components, CI fields are getting updated. If I show you this particular table where this thing has been mentioned, थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल है अभी यहाँ पर. देखो, reclassification restrictions. I don't want if any CI which is a server and now it's getting reclassified as a Windows server, you can put the restrictions here. That is it's called the restrictions. I don't want this thing to be happen. So I can say this thing. Let me create one. Name. Let's say it should be a good name. Server to Windows Server downgrade. Okay. It is a type of downgrade, upgrade, downgrade or switch. I said it's a downgrade. Upgrade का तो case ही नहीं है. Source table. So downgrade means I am moving from Windows Server to server class. इजी है, इसको ढूंढने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका है CMDB _ CI _ server. This thing. The question is this: source or target inheritance. Only two types are there. Either you can downgrade, either you can switch it. क्योंकि upgrade में data loss नहीं है. The data loss is only in the downgrade. Again, if I come back here, you're moving from Windows Server to server. इसी में loss है. Because from very specific you are going to common pool. So you might lose your identity. You might lose your few of the fields. To minimize this impact, only to minimize this impact, ServiceNow introduced this 3 restrictions rule. And then say what to be do. So 2 examples. So downgrade, I'm saying source inheritance and target inheritance. Technically, it should not be the case. It should be either one inheritance should be there. Means what you want to keep it. Let me bring this thing here. The source and the target both are set false. जैसे ये switch का case है. So what is saying that from MS SQL to Windows Server switch करना है. लेकिन sorry switch नहीं करना है. I don't want to get switch because this is restrictions, not the allowed rules. So I don't want if any CI is classified as MS SQL and now it's going to be classified as Windows cluster. I don't want that to be happen. So it puts source and target both inheritance as a false. What it say? The source and the target inheritance set false, indicating that no extended classes are affected by this rule. Means neither this child's or neither these childs extended. So let me come back here. Tables. कैसे पता करेंगे ये extended है कि नहीं है? Go and put this as extended class. नहीं, no class is using this as extended class. Now go and put this. अच्छा ये ऐसे तो ढूंढेगा ही नहीं, sorry. It's looking for like this name. इसको ढूंढते हैं से cluster. ये देखो और हमें क्या चाहिए विंडो क्लस्टर, राइट? सो वे टू बी सी इज एनीथिंग इज द विंडो क्लस्टर नहीं है. सो ओके ये रहा. This class getting extended from this one, but there is no class which is extending from this one. So it says if both are false, so this rule not applied to the extended classes as well. मतलब childs को फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, सिर्फ इन दोनों के लिए स्पेसिफिक है. Child will remain same. But if both are true, it means this downgrade will restrict all the classes which are extended from the server class. Example इसमें देखें. इसको कैसे ढूंढे, रुको इसको ऐसे ढूंढते हैं हम. CMDB underscore CI underscore server. ये देखो server is extended from this one and I need to find out that is any class which is getting extended from this Windows server. So if both are true, then this rule applicable for the extended child classes as well. So the CMDB manager need to be defined very clearly. Do you want to make effect everywhere or only for the specific class? This is what your question, Vishal. ये CI level पे जाएगा, class level पे जाएगा. So we can restrict it from here. Source inheritance is true. Let's say this is my source inheritance and I'm making this as a true. Source is my Windows server. And let's say I'm putting CMDB CI as a false here. Look, just to understand. Then source inheritance set true for the server this, which is example saying that all the extended from this are getting impacted by this rule. तो इससे जो भी आगे जाएंगे सब पे इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा। ठीक, तो it is very very important to understand. So I put it source as server class. So technically source as a, let me see if I can change the table from here. थोड़ा इसको ऐसे दिखाते हैं क्योंकि good relationship will be from server and computer. Okay, source is my CMDB underscore score CI underscore server, and target is my computer class CMDB underscore CI underscore computer, because that is a good relationship. PU computer, and now update. So now you can understand the example. Source is server, target is computer, and it's a downgrade because you're going from server to the computer class. Technically, every computer is a server only. So if you make this as a true, then it will work like this for us, that it is going to be support the extended or not. Now the question comes, if these 6 property work in a collaborative manner. So if this is true and downgrade is also true, दोनों true है. So what it say? If a Linux server CI is discovered and to be set as a CI, means downgrading it, the Linux server would not reclassified. Why? Because of this thing. This property is taking the precedence here. If this property does not exist, true, it will auto classify. But as this property is there, however, any update attribute found for the Linux CI would be applied to the record. Classify nahi karna hai, but if you find any another update, okay, manufacturer is getting changed, or the not serial number, model is getting changed, OS is getting changed, that should be come, but classified nahi karna hai. Because in the downgrade, if you classified, you will lose your data. And then you can create a task for the same. Okay, it will create a reclassification task. And then user need to do it manually. Technically, ServiceNow say don't do manual part. Because if you're having a million of CIs, I'm working for a client, and we are discussing with the CMDB team. They say client has a billion of CIs. Just imagine billion of CI, just we have a dev instance now. So if the discovery run, and if I get 20 CI or 30 CI or the 40 CI in a day, where the reclassification has been disabled, see how much time I do spend there. And if that count hit to 1,000, I will not be able to complete that activity in the 6 months even. So it has been avoided to go for the manual part. It says go and make it, or make your IRE more good, more better, so that classification should not be happen. But this is a genuine case. This is 100% genuine case. This work only two, because in the both cases you're losing it. Switch from computer to, or might be I can say Linux to Windows. And I can say might be Linux don't have any OS concept, but Windows has a OS concept. So by switching, you're losing the data, which I don't want. So use this property, but this property will take precedence. So if you're creating this, using it, be careful. So if this property is set true, this is set true, IRE process CI updates, but respective CI reclassification update does not take place. So this will be on precedence on this one. Clear? Doubt, question? Let's see. Go ahead. Any doubt, any question?
So actually, instead of all these processes, if we starting any CMDB, we ensure this properties is any.
Which one? This one or above
Like
one?
these, the first three, the upgrade, downgrade, and switch.
This is by default enabled.
Okay. The other three has to be enabled, or is it required because the first three is enabled? We don't want to
up to you, up to business. Do you have capacity to check each and every reclassification task and take action? Yesterday we see the duplicates one. Can you work 500 duplicate tasks? Not possible, Atul. That is why we are using templates, right? If your team has a time, or if your CMD manager has a time, go ahead, do it manually. And that is this even does not exist in the system.
Yes. Identification engine is not available in the system.
Correct. So if you enable it, it will work for you. So because we are disabled this particular part, so if you come back here and see reclassification task, it's showing blank here. And this gets generated automatically. So there's no new button available. It will run when this IRE had to be updated.
Okay, so these cases, if the client or the organization wants the any CIs has to be classified by us, like instead of out of box, then we this come into the
Reclassified, not classified, reclassified.
the reclassification.
Because classified already, when you are uploading the data, it's already classified. You're going to do reclassification. Yes. Then enable these properties and then it will work for you. ठीक है जी? Clear? Cool. Now let's go to another interesting topic. So if I come back on my CMDB health dashboard, here, what we saw that dashboard here, we discuss only one concept, and that we discuss about duplicates one, right? We say duplicate one, that okay, if I duplicate, how do we fix it? But what about the orphan and the stale CIs? How to fix that? Atul, you told that create a policy and archive them or delete them. No, that is a one way. This concept is called the remediation. And remediation about orphan, stale, recommended, or the required. I know that I said, and we discussed this part, that keep it like this, no worries. But if you come back here in the CMDB health settings, we have a health metrics. Let's see if I can show you here health metrics. CM. You told na, you give me this table name, right? CMDB underscore health matrix table, right? Right, Bhuvneshwari, you give me the table name. No, I guess you give me the table name. I am still missing the right table name. So it says, if you come back here, health metrics are there. Completeness, fine. Correctness, fine. Compliance, fine. But under these, if you see in the compliance, ठीक है, compliance का कोई problem नहीं है. Completeness, required and recommended. क्या करें इनका 99 को 100 कैसे? How to do make it 100? Right? If you come back here and see 3,615 CIs are the stale CI. क्या करें? It will be continue the stale only. Make a policy and remove it, delete it. Or I don't want to take that action. I want it should be done manually. So I'll come back here and check orphan relations. This is staleness. I said create a metric. Threshold is the 50,000. Let's say threshold is only 50. Means if I get a 50, then create a task. And assign the task to this group. And save. Okay, assign the task and save. Now come back here. Let rerun this 3 once again. Compliance or correctness. Come back to the dashboard. Come back here and go to my work and reload. This is the homework I'm giving to you guys. And you check in your PDI. The concept says to remediate these 4 orphan, stale, recommended, or the required. Same thing you can do it for here as well. Health metrics, recommended, create task. 1. Assign to this. Same I can go for the required. 1. Assign to this one. And 1 I can do for the duplicate, then steal, then orphan. 1 and save. The thing is that system says first go to the health metrics and create the metric for you. Then you need to create or you need to find a workflow or the flow. Let me open the flow designer. I am on the Zurich patch 5, the topmost latest version I have as point of time. I'm not sure that it is due to Zurich, because if I open the workflow, I'm not able to see any published workflow here. So there must be a workflow called the remediate stale CI. Or we have to create a workflow by ourselves. I assume that ServiceNow should give this to us. So I tried yesterday a lot, but I did not find. just with the call stale. There is nothing exists here. So it says,
In previous version, we have workflow, Atul, like only in Zurich only it is not visible.
I assume yes, because from the Zurich service now is kind of moving out from the workflows and going to the flows only.
Okay.
And that is applicable for the new instances. If you're already having the old instance, you're upgrading it, then you will find your workflows and the flows both. Because I take this as a new, what I can say, the instance, and it's on the Zurich, so it can be the case. So that is why I'm saying that please check in your instances as well. Might be your customer instance, might be your PDI. That do you have any workflow? Mainly workflow, the flow with the name called remediate, stale CI, remediate, orphan CIs kind of things will be there. Okay.
Because in Yokomo, it is not there, the workflow.
Then we have to be see that how it, or we have to create our manual. Because in the training, what I was doing in the training, it was showing there. So I assume it is given a service now, but if not, then we have to be created. So we have to be create a workflow that how to be handle this orphan stale or recommended CI. So I tried to be search yesterday. Let me see here. Remediate stale CI workflow in ServiceNow. It say rules are there, but not the workflows. If I open this and see, outdated. हाँ देखो इसने बनाया stale CI remediation. What do I with this all stale CI? This will be remediation task will be created. We'll run a workflow script. Acha, we'll run a workflow script. So now we have to find out that what script it means. And then it will get a CI. This will create a task for me. See, this one I'm saying, delete stale records. So there is something which I'm missing. Or might be they create their own workflow and they do this thing. So what it says, mainly 4 steps. 1, health metrics on. 2nd, flow. And 3rd, create a remediation rule. What this mean? Remediation task. Remediation not in there, not vulnerability. We're looking for the CIDB. Congress security remediation actions, not this one. Application, not this one. Duplicate CI remediation, not this one. Why it's not giving this thing? अच्छा DI है. अरे बता दो यार स्पेलिंग गलत है. This one, CMDB remediations. So here we have to get the rule that when the task will get created, because we are not using anything, we don't have a workflow. So here you have to be tell name, then you have to be tell what type. Is it a duplicate CI? It's a stale CI, it's a stale CI remediation. Do you want to put any condition that this should work only when this type of CI, this status should be there? You want it to be executed automatically? I said, say yes. And here we have to be attach the workflow, which is not available in my instance. So either we need to be created manually, then use that workflow in the task, and then it will work. Because as per this, the same thing they are saying. If I just maximize this, CMDB remediation that we go, this is where you can configure remediation task that will run a workflow script. This most likely remediation would be either delete a CI or to set a non-operational. So if you see here, if everything works fine, here's how we define a CI remediation workflow in the ServiceNow. And this is what they have a delete stale records. So it means I as a user need to be create my own workflow and add it there. Only then it will work. The advantage of this, you cannot click on this. Here's an example remediation workflow, delete the stale CI. So it has a script in the background which run. So if you can get something that what script it is be referring, because I didn't get in that anything that part. In when I did my training for this one, it's a pre-installed, everything was there. So I just go and configure my remediation rules. But intention to tell you that to rectify these things, sorry, not this thing. These orphan or stale or recommended required, we need to be create the metrics first. This and then create a workflow, dedicated workflow that what you want to be do. You want to be update, delete what you want to be do, and then create a task. And as soon as this will be generated, and also make sure that you run your this thing. So if you want to see this link here, so same thing it say. You must first create and publish it. अच्छा हमें ये करना पड़ेगा. So the workflow can be regular one or the orchestration workflow. You must create. So we have to be create a workflow as a part of second step, and then we do. Otherwise, this stale CI will be same. Or if you don't want, create a policy. At least for the stale, you can create a policy. But for the rest, you have to be do it. Task type, task filter, execution. This is what we discuss. Okay. So not only for the duplicate, and it says that don't do anything for a duplicate because duplicate already have a deduplication task that is configured by system in the property level, which we see yesterday. So this is applicable only for these 4 type of issues: orphan, stale, recommended, and required. Because ultimately we have to fix these as well. We can't leave these. क्या हो गया इसको? ओहो, अच्छा थ्रेशोल्ड हमने कम कर दिया शायद इस वजह से. हाँ, इस वजह से वो खराब हो गया वो. ठीक है. So this is called the remediation. Doubt, question, clarification.
So Atul, currently there is no policy. So in that cases, we need to, I mean, we can go for the CMDB data manager policy or this one.
Yes. Task is more appropriate because in the task you can at least see if you want to do that manual part as well, that who is working, who is not working, what updating, what not updating. If you need a human intervention in your work. Otherwise, its system say that you can go for anything. That what I can say, manual automatic execution as well. Okay, so totally up to you that how you want to proceed, how you want to be take it forward, and then you can do your work. Who is my friend Vishal? Vishal,
Yes, authority.
you're silent. All good or still doubtful?
I, I
No, no,
am
it's
completely lost today.
must be. I will say you, not only you, everybody should lost it now. If you lost, it means you are trying to be understand the roots of this one. See, the problem what I found is that in none of our project, nobody tells that how the things are working in the background. And I guess this is the prime reason service introduced this kind of this specific course. Even though I was don't know these things earlier before doing this training. I was going, oh my god, this property exists. This is also exists. This classification also exists. So CMDB is very vast. We are just on the CMDB. CSGM is going to be more vast, more deep. So till now we saw that how the CMDB stuff work. Classes, duplication, correctness, recommended, required. But CI is not alone. CI work, if I show you this class, and put asset tags. CI work with the asset. This is our Monday work. That how these two are related with each other. What will happen if I make change here? It will impact here or not? And why I need two records for the same thing? So Monday we're going to be discuss about this thing. I mentioned the topic here. CI and asset mapping. One of the favorite topics I love, and I teach in the admin part as well. After this, we have a this thing. Even though we have done, but we just review this particular part. CSGM life cycle. We will cover that part in the CSGM only. But hopefully, after this topic, CI asset mapping, we are going to be complete our governance part, and then we go to the next, that is called the insights. A lot we discuss in insight as well. So might be just one thing is pending, that is your CMDB and CSGM data foundation dashboards. ठीक है जी. So please spend little time, either go to the video again, understand, open your PDI. Listening से कुछ नहीं होगा. You have to be open the PDI, see, move here and there, and then you will understand these concepts. And this is not technical as of now. These are just a part of the process. Which property need to be enabled, which need to be disabled, what to be updated, where to be updated. That's all. It's all process. Technical तो भी कुछ है ही नहीं इसमें. ठीक है. And last question. Cool. Stopping the recording now.